You must forgive the people. With all the strange happenings going on around here, it's hard to trust anyone nowadays. The mysterious woman says.
That's an understatement. I may ask, who are you?
Kojo asks. Forgive me. My name is Wachin. I own an antique shop here in Yokoyama, she introduced.
So you're Chinese, and yet you can speak Japanese? Kojo says.
Yes, my mother is Chinese. Thus, it is my second language. And I'm assuming you two must be demon slayers? She asked.
We are. I'm Kojo Rengoku, the Flame Hashira, Kojo says.
Was he nuts?
You didn't think about telling your real name to complete strangers and have no good idea. You weren't so sure you could even trust this woman.
What if she was in disguise?
Kojiro, Ko, I'm really not sure she could be trusted, you say. Miss Chin giggles.
I understand completely, but it's okay. I'm actually the one who reported the demon to the Demon Slayer course in the first place.
You're the whistleblower then? Kojo questions.
In a matter of speaking, yes. I'm sorry I didn't get to contact with you sooner, she says.
It's quite all right. So, you say you can help us? Kojo asks.
Chin nodded. Yes, please follow me.
She motions for you and Kojiro to follow her as she turns to leave. You, however, still didn't quite trust her as you held onto your lover's arm protectively.
Ko, are you sure we can trust her?
You'd whispered into his ear.
No, but we have no other choice but to do what we have to.
He shrugs. He did have a point, but you couldn't shake the eerie feeling that you both trailed after Miss Chin. After opening a door, Miss Chin turned on a light, revealing a living room.
Please come in and make yourselves comfortable, she says, leading you two into what you'd assume as the living room.
Before you and Kojo took in all the antiques, such as a china cabinet with decorated porcelain plates and glasses, a old grandfather clock, and frilly lamps, you both took a seat on a bright red sofa with embroidery thrown pillows. You continued to cuddle against Kojo's arm, watching as Miss Chin sat on an armchair facing you, whilst crossing her legs.
Now then, she states, I'm assuming you two already know of the recent disappearance that have been happening around here?
She asks. We are, which is why we're investigating. But so far, we haven't gotten any clues that this could be doing of a demon, Kojo explains. A body was found this morning near here. Authorities believe the victim was attacked by some wild animal, like a bobcat, Miss Chin says. While I was asking around, a man called me a Yayu, Kojo says.
He was perhaps startled by your strange appearance, Miss Chin chuckles. A Yayu is a beast that makes a sound like a crying child. It's often said that he looks like a dragon or tiger with flaming hair.
She adds, you couldn't help but laugh softly at this. You personally knew how the old man felt considering Kojo's looks used to be frightened to you. But now you find him fierce and, sexy. Tales of demons are nothing new to us, so I'm very much aware of the expansion of demons and the demon slayers, Miss Chin says as she stood and watched towards a table to retire a wooden box that was filled with papers and documents. This is a list of missing persons closed case, she says, handing Kojo the box. Closed case? Kojo questions as he gathered at the labels one of the folders.
Yes, but obviously this is not a closed case, which is why I sent you a distress call.
Since the government is at a loss, Miss Chin said as you began to help Kojo go through the piles of folders and papers. You fished out a random folder and opened it, pulling out a file with an old vintage photo of a young girl. By the way, I'm going to butcher her name, so I'm so sorry. Name, Takiyosume Yotiya. Age, 16. Sex, female. Went missing on March 11th, 1919 at 7 p.m. Kojo then pulled out a newspaper clipping. Local Chinese merchant claimed to have seen a vampire. Police calls it a hoax. A vampire? Kojo says, widened his disbelief. Apparently someone has claimed to have seen a janshi, Miss Chin says. What is a janshi? You couldn't help but ask. It's Chinese folklore. It's known as a hopping corpse or hopping vampire. A regenerated corpse which feeds on the chi, life force or souls, of a living, usually dependent on paper talismans attached to its forehead. Miss Chin explains. That sounds amazing, Kojo says in amusement. His eyes lighten like a child's on Christmas morning. It was clear he was becoming a fan of the urban legends and cryptids. Thus, it's how he'd met you in the first place, all because he had heard the rumors of a Yokiana. Focus, Ko. You grumble, snapping your fingers, and riffled through more documents and finally located the current victim providing sheet squashed in between a hand bird eyes view map of the entire village. You picked it up, inspecting it carefully. There was one location on the map that quickened your curiosity. Go, look at this, you tell him. Kojo glanced over the map. What is it, love? He asked, and noticed you were pointing at the layout of the woods, which was located near the village. It seemed to pinpoint a temple location in the woods nearby. It shows there's a temple in the woods near here. Apparently it's where the body was found, he said. Miss Chin glances over the map. Ah, yes. I forgot there's an old temple near here, she says. It used to belong to a monk during the Meiji period. However, after he committed Sudoku, the temple was abandoned. It's unknown if it's still there or not. You and Kojo glance at each other in wonder. Then perhaps we shall go see for ourselves, Kojo suggests.